And speaking of sleep deprivation, daylight saving is this weekend, which means we spring forward and we lose 1 hour of sleep. Joining us now is Dr. Jennifer Kanaan. She is a pulmonologist and sleep expert at UConn Health Center. Thanks for joining me, doctor.
Thank you.
So let's talk about this. Oh, goodness. When I thought, spring forward, lose 1 hour, I thought, oh, no, we don't sleep enough as it is. So why is it so important health-wise for us to get those 7-8 hours of sleep a night?
So sleep really should be a priority for people. It makes you more efficient in your job. It will help you with your marital relations. It'll improve your satisfaction with your life in general. Additionally, it can help reduce the incidence of depression and anxiety if you get enough sleep.
And speaking of computers, phones, our society has changed in the fact that we have all this technology at our fingertips, but our bodies, our brains have not changed. That's important to note.
It is. So while these devices can make life more enjoyable and more productive, on the other side, they can cause problems. So they can be mood alerting. They can limit the release of melatonin, which can help promote sleep. And it's something that you really want to limit prior to bedtime.
So we know there's a problem. What are the recommendations, things that we can do to make sure that we get the amount of sleep that we so desperately need?
So some of the recommendations that we commonly tell our patients are to make sleep a priority, and then also to create an environment that's enjoyable to sleep in, a cool, dark environment where devices such as cell phones are turned off. Limit caffeine and alcohol intake, particularly prior to bed.
And as far as this week, it's Sleep Awareness Week?
It is.
That's interesting, especially leading. Is it because it's tied into daylight saving?
Exactly.
Okay. And as far as when we choose, you're saying make sleep a priority. How about some people who perhaps work like ourselves? We work an overnight shift, and sometimes you have a baby, or you have this, or you have that, and you can't get the certain amount of hours. Would you recommend perhaps sleeping in like 3 or 4 shifts and then sleeping again another 3 or 4 hours? What if those people cannot have the full 8 hours in a row, you know?
So people who work shift work have particular challenges that they have to deal with. And oftentimes what we'll recommend is that they'll take an afternoon nap before their shift starts. Caffeine in moderation can be helpful as well. Talking to your physician, there are certain recommendations that we can discuss with you for shift worker disorders.
I know some people say when they take a nap, if they take too long of a nap, then they're more tired. How come it works that way, where if you sleep a little too much, you might end up with a headache, and then you can't go to sleep later on? So how do you make it work?
With naps, you have to be very careful. So you don't want to nap too close to bedtime, and you want to limit the duration of the naps. So you don't want to fall into the deeper stages of sleep, which might cause you to be a little groggy when you wake up.
Is there any way, you could take melatonin supplements, or you don't recommend that?
So with regards to melatonin supplements, if you do choose to take them, we recommend that you take them about 4 to 5 hours prior to bedtime. And take a very low dose. In general, however, we recommend good sleep hygiene. So making sure that you go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, exposure to bright light first when you wake up in the morning, try to exercise every day, but not close to bedtime.
And for an average adult, 7 to 8 hours, am I correct there?
That's correct, and it's also important to talk about the younger individuals as well. So children on average need 10 hours of sleep. Adolescents, teenagers need closer to 9 hours of sleep.
All right, Dr. Jennifer Kanaan, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you.